Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Metal Gear University.
I'm T.
And I'm Kay. And we are coming to you with the AI episode.
It was bound to happen.
We saw Akira Yamaoka last week, and we planned these episodes out, but Akira had an opening act.
Oh my god.
And this opening act used such egregious AI that I think it probably influenced this episode.
Probably. I mean, this episode was always in the back burner, but I feel like this episode really made us go, it's time. Let's talk about it.
I can promise you all listening, we're gonna have a very nuanced and open discussion. I mean, you're gonna hear our opinions as always.
Yeah.
But in my notes and in my research, I did try to give a good overview, and I did try to do both sides of it. But there's one side that's better. But
Objectively.
I said my piece.
I'm there with you. We will say our piece and we will be right.
We are on the right side of history.
But as much as we are fair, we will let the murderer take the stand. And
like our trial of Big Boss?
Yes. We will let the murderer take the stand and defend themselves.
But this is, just buckle in, follow us, and if you have any thoughts, as always, you can email us at itstkandm@gmail.com. That is itstkandm@gmail.com. T, I think I'm going to do it on our third year. Is it our third coming up or our fourth year? Maybe third year.
I think it's our third year.
So on our third year anniversary, I'm thinking about having a nice little landing page, a website. So everybody can just kind of go in. It's really simple, and everyone can have a nice little place to learn more about us and the work you're doing, because you're doing a lot of creative endeavors yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing these little short films, but they're
you've been doing some puppetry, which is
yeah. I'm doing I'm in a marionette theater right now. I'm interning there, and I'm learning how to work the puppets, and then I did a stage lighting.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, a short film. You're being a little creative. I'm thinking it's time to kind of show the many facets of TK&M. I'm doing some writing. I have a really good episode. Well, it's not even coming up. It's in the works. But I'm thinking I want it to be one of those YouTube videos where it's it's a stupid title the train to Japan, and then you look, it's an 8-hour runtime. You're like, why is it 8 hours? That's what I want to do.
Okay.
On the topic of, should I just say the topic?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I'm currently working on a video discussing Solid Snake's time in foster care and how the failures of foster care push people into the military-industrial complex.
This is quite an undertaking.
And I'm thinking I want it to be over an hour. I want to be very thorough.
Now, the background of Solid Snake, we really only know him that he existed in foster care. So I mean, without going into details and spoiling what you're doing, I'm just wondering how you're going into this research.
Well, so what I want to do is kind of have a rough time of when he was in foster care. I mean, we can imagine it's his childhood, toddler age to 18.
Oh.
I want to find that time period and then look at foster care in the U.S. during that time period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was about to say, if we have his birthday or his birth year, and you can find out the state of the foster care system in that time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So I'm trying to figure it out. That's my current idea. I mean, God willing, in a couple months, you all will see a video. If not, then I failed. You win some, you lose some.
We shall see.
Anyway, T, Akira Yamaoka live was amazing.
They are such a legend, and they're such a joy to watch on stage, because you could tell by just their body language and their face that they're just happy to be there playing guitar with their band. And the funny thing is, he only really played 2 songs from Silent Hill, and then the rest of it was just stuff that he likes to play.
Yeah,
but
I rocked with it.
No, everybody was jamming, man. It was a cool concert.
No, it's cool. It's just so fun to see someone enjoying what they do. He's a legend, but I was just watching someone in a band. It kind of gave that impression to me. This is just a band who's passionate.
Yeah,
you're not watching this really adept composer.
Yeah, like it really felt like Akira was just a member of that band.
Mm-hmm.
And, like everybody had a time to shine. I thought that was really cool.
And I love too, and who's to know if it's, due to him not knowing English. Maybe he actually is humble. But I did like the certain English sentences that he said. He was a man of few words, but what they were thank you very much. I love all of you. And like I am so what he said, I'm so grateful.
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
It was just like so cute. Oh, what a good time. We had to suffer through that opening act.
Okay, you want to get into it?
Well, I mean, no, let's
My
not.
nipples are so hard right now.
Exact quote.
That's what they said.
Exact quote. Not right now. Your nipples are hard.
No, not. They're not right now.
But yeah, I really do think my anger towards that opening act fueled this episode. But anyway, you will hear in a bit. Anyway, moving on. We want to give a shout out. I feel like we haven't given shout outs in a while. But we definitely gave shout out to them before. Want to give a shout out to Metal Gear Mondays, who mentioned us in a recent episode. It was kind of funny because they were like, we're one. They were like, there's only 2 Metal Gear podcasts currently out, us and Metal Gear University. I was like, oh hey, that's us.
Hey, all right.
It's weird hearing our name come from somebody else's mouth.
No, it was mad weird to hear somebody who I don't know say our podcast name.
It's like, people listen?
Like, Jesus Christ, we exist? Jeez.
I was just telling Tom, every time we record an episode, I'm still so nervous. And it's like, oh, does someone perceive us? But
Yeah.
I appreciate you you all. Thank you for the shout out. Metal Gear Mondays is long time running.
Yeah, they're a very good Metal Gear podcast. I'll give them a little shout out too.
The little known
this up and comer podcast
Little
called was it Metal Gear Mondays?
Yeah.
They're all right. You should check them out.
a couple of episodes in,
Yeah, they're about 200.
But thank you all so much appreciated. If you're coming from Metal Gear Mondays, welcome. Enjoy.
We're okay.
You're
here. Check us out. Smash that like button. Subscribe.
Oh my god. But before we get into the episode, T, anything you're looking forward to in the next coming weeks?
Well, let's see. I am looking forward to JoJo. Steel Ball Run is this week, I believe?
No, next week.
Next week, damn. Well, RE9 is out. I've been playing that.
Yeah.
In the few hours I have when I'm not working or at school, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, it's been upsetting this week. I mean, I hate to be like a millennial, but like I've been adulting. But like I had Resident Evil 9 for a week, could not even touch it because it's been so crazy.
Yeah.
I had it for a week. Finally, we both played it this weekend, and gorgeous game.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Gorgeous game. JoJo Steel Ball Run is coming up. I'm also looking forward to you put me onto it, but you've been reading the Odyssey for class. I'm
Yes.
excited for the movie.
Yeah, I actually finished the Odyssey.
Oh. Ooh.
I know I'm so cultured. Look at me.
Yeah.
It was a very cool book. I said it in my Goodreads review, but I'll say it again here, where I think it's a really good testament to how strong the story is, where it was basically buried in the dirt for 3,000 years, and then it was brought up, and it still hits. Like, I think that is such a good indicator of good storytelling.
Yeah.
And there are some aspects to this story that are culturally different to now. But with that said, good movie.
Do they have to put that disclaimer like they put before Metal Gear? Some of these things were a product of its time, or
honestly, yeah. I okay. There are certain. I'm not going to get into it.
Spoilers for this 3,000-year-old text.
Yeah, spoilers for this 3,000. It's just that there's certain aspects of the protagonist's actions towards the latter half of the book where it just makes you go like, huh.
Odysseus.
Yeah. And like, you're like, my boy, really? And then, but I will wait for you to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you're reading that. I figured we should talk about every episode. It's always 2 weeks in between what we're looking forward to, what we're reading. We're also I'm reading The Brothers Karamazov. I'm in my reading era. I'm a reading girly now.
Ew.
Anyway, and I just finished up Ants and Dinosaurs, which you're reading for our book club.
Yes. Look at a couple of dorks
We're
here.
so fucking cultured. Like, you don't even fucking know.
Discussing AI and Metal Gear. Reading books. Look at us watching anime.
You ready for the pop quiz?
Yeah, okay, let's get into it.
In the spirit of this week's topic, I have prepared 3 pop quiz questions relating to AI and Metal Gear. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Question number 1, T. Which characters' voices were used to trick Raiden in Metal Gear Solid 2?
Wow, that's such a hard question.
It's just the entirety of the game.
Yeah. Colonel and Rose.
You are correct.
Thank you.
I was really trying to find some questions related to the topic. It's a little tricky. Question number 2. Name 2 of the Patriot AI systems in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Well, a good way to remember this is to remember Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
So GW, George Washington, AL, Abraham Lincoln, TR, Theodore Roosevelt, TJ, Thomas Jefferson, and then the last one, which is not Mount Rushmore, but JD, which is John Doe.
Okay.
I went a
little extra. You are correct.
Thank you.
I don't even think in our coverage of Metal Gear Solid 4 we talked about AL, TR, and TJ. Did we?
Because they're not even really important.
Are they even mentioned what they do individually? And
you're putting me on the spot. I believe what their jobs were they were to handle different aspects of government and culture. So GW was one aspect, then
yeah, I'm just saying more so for AL and TR and TJ. I don't think we've ever talked about them.
Because Metal Gear doesn't really talk about them. This isn't exactly how it is, but one is military, one is information, one is pop culture.
Okay, they're all related to certain sects.
Yeah, and then they control the civilization.
Okay, fair enough. You are correct, by the way.
Hey,
interesting. I wish. Yeah, I'm curious if I can dig up more on those 3.
It might be out there.
Yeah.
I don't know on the spot.
There is a Metal Gear Solid 4 novel, I think, that we should read. Isn't there a novel?
There might be.
I think so.
I just know the database, which is notoriously
yeah, it's outdated.
Bad.
Yeah, but I think there's an actual novel we should probably read for our little. We did a book club for In the Darkness of Shadow Moses. We should do it for the novel too.
That would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Okay. Last question, T. Question number 3. In Peace Walker, Dr. Strangelove creates an AI system in whose image?
The boss.
You are correct.
All right.
I can't wait to go to Peace Walker. That's our next game, right? In a few episodes?
Yeah, that's our next 101.
I'm excited. You know why?
It's the introduction of your guy.
I love him. I love Kaz so much.
Kaz is cool.
Okay, T, are you ready for today's discussion?
Yes, I am. I'm actually I'm digging today's topic.
No, likewise. I put some work into it, as I always do. You never half-ass shit.
You full ass.
You full ass everything. Okay, on to the episode. So T.
Yes, Kay.
Today's topic is on artificial intelligence. Similar to last week's episode, I want to give an overview of the topic, kind of bring us to where we are currently, and then, of course, discuss the ways it intersects with Metal Gear.
Okay.
I think AI isn't at all new to Metal Gear, and I think to Kojima himself. There's many games, the majority of the series kind of tackles AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, to some degree, yeah.
It's very heavily featured in Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4.
Even in 3. 3...
And Peace Walker. Oh my god.
Oh wait, yeah, I meant Peace Walker, not 3.
But it's in the... its mention is quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, let's dive into it. It's also a really hot topic nowadays.
Sadly, yeah.
So I thought, why not break it down? Let's chat about it. Again, like you said, this is our AI episode. To begin, however, I did want to point out that Kojima himself has discussed AI, and it's interesting because there's one point where he was pro it, and I think nowadays he's kind of walked back some comments, maybe due to like public reception.
Mm-hmm.
But Kojima, had very much been in favor of AI. He once called AI a friend.
Ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
In his eyes, from what I read, he felt that it could be an asset to cut down cost and time. He thought that where AI is going, it could also probably be used to, make remakes and sequels. So it does in that aspect seem like a not originating ideas, but kind of following up and maybe even improving older ideas and content.
Yeah. I feel that this is Kojima showing his age.
You're already coming in hot, T.
I know, I'm coming in hot. I don't give a fuck. Look, I like Kojima, and he's a very creative person, and he comes up with like a lot of cool ideas. That said, I think there comes a certain point, and we're all going to get there, where we all become a little old. and
We're not hip with the times.
Yeah, and like I feel like Kojima understands AI, but I don't think he fully grasps the gravity of the situation here.
And I think too, probably when he made these comments, we were at a different time with AI. I think when he made these were like, it was still kind of like a blossoming field. It was still in its early little.
It was still emerging.
So, I mean, to that point, your point, he has since walked back on it, as many people do. I think, I feel like last year and the year before, we saw a lot of people being very vocal about AI, like kind of like back when NFTs were a thing. Everyone was like, on it.
There was like a tweet from Troy Baker, like really hyping up NFTs, and people were like, "What the fuck, Troy?" And he was like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't know."
And it's okay to be wrong and make a mistake.
Yeah, and like I don't mean to come in hot, but I think it's just a look. Kojima is 61 years old.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Look, go outside, ask your average 60-year-old person what they think about AI.
I think just first off, like, we're not simps. Like, Kojima can make a mistake. I mean, look back on our episode about women in Metal Gear. Like, that's one thing. He can make a mistake. I think also too, like, you can be wrong about something. Like, if you're listening to this now and we're already anti-AI and you're pro it, that's all fair and good. I mean, we're gonna be very much against it and say our piece, but it's I don't know my point.
Everybody has a point.
I don't know where I was going.
That's your point. Everybody's got a point.
No, you know what my point was? People's opinions can change. Yeah. And that is okay. Things are in black and white. This isn't fucking Twitter. If you say something and you make a mistake or you change your mind, it's all right. You know what I mean? It's all right.
It is.
And I think to Kojima, like, he's walked back on some of his comments, whether it's due to backlash or whether he grew.
Or, yeah, just becoming more educated about it.
Because currently, as of like 2025, this article I read from December, he says he'd rather have AI. So here's the quote. Rather than having AI create visuals or anything like that, I'm more interested in using AI in the control systems, which is what AI is used for in gaming.
It's already doing that.
I mean,
like, unless there's like something more to implement, but this isn't my field. I just can't imagine what more can be done.
And I think the issue too with AI is it's become such a broad term when AI, artificial intelligence, can mean a lot of different things. Because we have AI or computer programming for enemies in games. You have enemies who adapt to your playstyle. Think of The Last of Us 2 or even Metal Gear. You know what I mean? Like Death Stranding. I remember you were playing Death Stranding and like the enemies would put on...
They stole my car.
They stole your car, or like they would put on, if you did too many headshots, they start wearing helmets. Like that's artificial intelligence in gaming.
Yeah.
I think nowadays we're seeing artificial intelligence when we're kind of anti-AI, it's because it's being included or forced into artistic fields and also being forced in other fields that we feel don't need it.
Yeah, like I remember I was looking at my emails the other day and I had a prompt that popped up and was like, would you like us to generate a summed up email for you?
Yeah, right? A summary of the email.
And the email that I got was like 3 sentences long. And I'm like, you're telling me you're going to waste like a gallon of water just to sum up 3 sentences, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So I thought, let's break down the definition of artificial intelligence. Let's get to the root of it and go outwards and describe where it's used, its implementation, its history, and then, kind of go from there.
Okay.
Okay. So the definition, per NASA, artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that can perform complex tasks normally done by human reasoning, decision making, creating, etc. So basically, that's very broad. Very broad.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like we think of stuff like programs that like you can play chess against a robot. That's artificial intelligence. You think about when you call a number and it's a robotic voice.
The
operator. That's artificial intelligence. So basically, it's just a computer system that can perform a task that's typically performed by a human.
Okay.
So that's the root of it, right? What we're seeing today is that there's been quite a bit of a push to have it in what seems like every field.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of, I would say, even recently creative fields, and we see a lot of that in the news. But I'm seeing it in my field, in social work. I'm seeing it in retail. Like this, it's been a push to kind of utilize it in whatever way possible.
I see it in our Google Doc right here.
Yep.
Like that's just a Google Gemini thing just staring at me all the time now.
And, that's something that we deal with, day to day. Similarly, I think about Ryden's experience, forgive me. It's kind of happening now, the inclusion of AI in the military. You think of Palantir. You think of OpenAI.
Yeah.
They're working with the U.S. government to incorporate AI in many different ways. But think about Raiden. What was the point of having this AI system speaking to Raiden? What was the point of it?
It was to fool Raiden.
To do what?
To make him fulfill the mission and the S3 plan and that whole thing.
Exactly. It was this program that was basically creating a scenario, creating the perfect parameters to force you to do something.
Yeah.
There was no human talking to you. There's no reasoning. At any point in the game, when Raiden would deviate the conversation elsewhere, what did it do? The kernel,
Continuously go back to the mission.
Go back to the mission.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, like in Metal Gear, what was the role of AI? And then 2, in our life, what is the role of AI? Or what are these companies hoping to implement or force us to do?
Yeah.
Let's just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Keeping it in mind.
So T, the history of AI. The earliest form of AI and where it really all began was in speech recognition.
Okay.
So like what you mentioned earlier with the operator, when you call an office and you have this robot or automated message and it's like, which department are you trying to reach? Please say the name of the person you're trying to reach. That's AI.
Yeah.
So back in like the 60s, 70s, that's where it first began, understanding and picking up on words. Like back then it was just words that it was trying to pick up. I think it's kind of funny. I think about it. It can't just be me, but when I call an office or like a number and it's like, please say the department, and we all yell operator. I feel like that was like the earliest instance of like me being anti-AI. Like I just want to talk to a human.
Yeah.
Like
no, you know what bothers me about those automated voice operators nowadays? Like if you call like a doctor's office and set up an appointment, they have the audacity to like have like this fake keyboard clicking to like, oh yeah, the robot's typing on a computer. Okay. All right. Like
no, and it's funny because that's just to make us what is that for?
It's to make us feel better. You're like, oh, I'm talking to a person. They're typing on the computer. Like
damn T. Tom is
I have opinions. I'm sorry. The Butlerian jihad didn't go far enough.
Ooh, okay. Doom
okay.
reference.
All right.
But that's the earliest history and the earliest tech when it comes to AI. It's this speech recognition. And think about how far it's come, because back then, and even similar to now, certain calls have a very specific, say the department, say the number, say the name of the person you're trying to reach. as compared to what we have now, which like virtual assistants, Siri, Alexa.
Uh-huh.
The 2010s is when those companies, those AI assistants, as they call them, first came into fruition. And nowadays, they're really good. Like Siri and Alexa, they sound great.
They do.
It's pretty. You can say a complicated ass sentence and it'll pull up exactly what you need in seconds. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in San Juan, Puerto Rico right now?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like he instantaneously. What we're seeing now in the 2020s is the creation of imaging and video.
Yeah.
And that is something that I think is we're on that's the new frontier we're at. And I brought this up because back in 2023, that is the first instance of, I guess I don't even know what to call it. I call it the Will Smith eating spaghetti moment. 2023 is that first instance. I don't know, for all of you who remember, there was a gift, a really freaky looking gift of like a disjointed
Yeah, it looked like a moving Picasso picture.
Thank you. That's a perfect description. But yeah, of Will Smith eating spaghetti. And it looks, you can tell it's supposed to be Will Smith, but it's like Picasso.
It's like monstrous looking.
And that was in 2023. We are but 3 years later. Have you seen some of the new images of Will Smith eating spaghetti?
I have, and it looks like Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Yes, in just 3 years.
Imagine in another 3.
AI models use as a benchmark now to see how powerful and clear their visual AI models are. Mm-hmm. But they're good, T.
Yeah, no, they're very good.
So we have now technology can recognize our voice. Technology that can replicate our voice.
Yeah, to our audience, just letting you know, you're listening to an AI chatbot.
You think it's AI chatbot could stutter?
Metal Gear University never existed. Ever.
They go to Spotify, the whole thing is gone. It's just in their head.
No. AI can't have all the ums that I do. That's a uniquely human
all
experience.
The stuttering I just did in the past few minutes. But think about that. We started with like vocal recognition, Siri being able to understand and break down what you're looking for, to now visual. Mm-hmm. Visual. Like we're moving at light speed now.
Yeah, it's just getting exponentially higher and higher in like output quality. I was told that it would be like this, but seeing it for myself is insane. And
I think what we have now that I think is the scariest point is Chat GPT. GPT, right?
Yes.
And that is essentially, it's a website, right? I actually don't know. It's a website or is it an app?
It's both.
So you can go to ChatGPT and basically type in whatever you want. People use it kind of like Google now. You type in a response or a question and it'll bring up things on the internet. People now also use it as a companion. People use it to talk with or bounce off ideas or create. And before, you had what was called, like I said earlier, virtual assistants. Do this task for me. Answer this question. Recognize my sounds or point me whatever. But now we're using it almost in place of a human.
Yeah, which is not a good thing.
Obviously, we're going to get into it. We're anti-AI. We're anti, at least I'm anti where AI is going from the current companies we have out there.
Yeah, I can concede that AI can be useful in 2% of things. Mm-hmm. But even if those two things can be really good, the amount of materials and energy needed to do those things, it's not sustainable. Like you can't make that run.
I have 2 instances in which AI is positive. And again, considering AI is a very broad term it's a term that encompasses a lot of different things. For example, we just spoke about it earlier, AI in video games. Mm-hmm. AI helps makes games more interesting. Enemies that adapt to your play style. Enemies that are, they tailor to your experience. That's artificial intelligence. That's a computer analyzing your movements and adapting. Okay. We all enjoy that. You enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just it's a facet about it.
That's alien isolation.
There is also artificial intelligence being used in science. So, for example, they're trying to train certain AI models to study breast scans. So, if a person goes and gets a mammogram,
Hmm.
they want to train AI models to be able to spot breast cancer early.
Uh-huh.
They want to, feed images of breast scans that were positive for cancer, breast scans that were negative, and you of course have a doctor. The whole point is you have a doctor to review these scans, but it's supposed to aid.
Yes.
It's an aid. It's kind of like a virtual assistant. It's supposed to aid in the work you're doing. It's not replacing.
It's not replacing you.
And that's the whole point. It's not replacing, it's an aid. So, there is certain areas where artificial intelligence can and should be used if it's aiding us as a society.
I can concede that. Yeah, sure.
I mean, the issue is the human part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. The negatives.
Okay.
And I think this is where, sadly, as we have capitalism, as we have companies whose whole point is to keep you engaged, to keep you spending money, spending your time, you have things like the AI that you and I think refer to when we say AI is the LLMs, the large language models.
Yeah, those things are the devil.
So LLMs are things like ChatGPT, are things like Grok, are things like when you have certain AI chatbots that you can talk to.
Yeah, I think Claude has another one as well.
Claude is one as well. Those are the ones that you talk to and they talk back. The ones that people say they use for bouncing off ideas or artistic creativity.
Or going to therapy.
Yes. The things the issue with these large language models is that they're pulling from A, stuff that you give it, B, they're pulling from the internet, and they're pulling from other people who are interacting with it.
Mhm.
It's just pulling from whatever data it has. So for example, Grok, famously from X, from Twitter, when it came out, there was a point where at some at some point in time when it was interacting with the Twitter audience, it wound up calling itself Mecha Hitler because that's what it was interacting with day in and day out, day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Microsoft AI called Tay. They took it down. But at one point, after interacting with the population, the netizens, as they call them. Did you know that netizens?
I didn't know that.
That's called that's like people of the internet. That's what they call it. Like instead of citizens, it's netizens.
Oh.
I learned that recently. Anyway, the Microsoft AI Tay, after speaking with the netizens of the world, it began to praise Hitler.
It all goes back to Hitler.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
I mean, it just goes back to what are people. I mean, you can say it's edgelords. I mean, you can only be an edgelord for so long before you become actually racist. But but like
Yeah.
it's like you have these bots. Like it's like, oh, haha, let me make the robot racist. But it's to you or whoever's doing that. It's a funny joke. Other people may not be using it in that kind of edgelord way and be susceptible to it, or it becomes included in government or other programs. And if it's if racism is inherent in its programming, what does that lead to if we're including it in other companies? Anyway, I said my piece. But that's the whole thing with these large language models is that they're regurgitating whatever it's given.
Yeah. Oh, and they're also almost trained to appease you. Like if you ask ChatGPT, "Oh, I love cats. Now tell me what's better, cats or dogs?" They'll say cats. Now if you say, "I love dogs. Tell me what's better, cats or dogs?" They'll say dogs. Like they don't like it's not actual intelligence. It all it's doing is just trying to hook you in, get that dopamine hit, and be like, yes, cats are great. Yes, dogs are great. And then it'll just keep you typing and typing and typing.
I think the issue is that ChatGPT, like any other company, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue, even the quote unquote like not as right leaning Blue Sky, etc. The whole point of it is to keep you on it.
Yeah.
It's a company. It wants your attention. So to your point, why am I going to say something that's not going to keep you hooked?
Yeah. If a large language model actually gave you information that went against your opinion, odds are you might stop going there. So it's always going to agree with you, no matter how insane your topic is.
I mean, it's a lot of just it's regurgitating. It's kind of like your own solo echo chamber or the echo chamber of whatever website it's in. These large language models are going to throw back what it's getting, and it's like you said, it's going to keep you hooked. Another issue that we're seeing in recent years with artificial intelligence, some artificial intelligence is used to make deepfakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's deepfakes that are sometimes kind of funny, like if we see a Charlie Kirk on the Yakuza, what's his face?
On Kiryu's face.
People have been doing that and Kirkifying, as the kids call it, certain pictures. So that's that's funny. It's a meme. Other things of deepfakes are when people make revenge porn.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift incident is coming to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, God, I can't imagine what that sort of crap looks like nowadays, because that was from like a year or two ago.
Probably. And let me be correct. That's not revenge porn, because revenge porn is like actually.
Oh, my bad.
No. I said it, so I was incorrect. It's not necessarily revenge porn. It's deep fake porn.
Yeah, deep fake porn. Okay.
So that's my bad. But yeah, you basically, like you said, back then, probably last year or 2 years ago, they had it looked like her, but it was still that uncanny AI.
Yeah.
Who's to know how it looks now?
It probably looks a lot better.
Yeah, a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
And to me, these kinds of videos, of course, dangerous because they can be used in other ways, like with people and minors.
Yeah, insane. And that's already been happening. Like there was a whole controversy on Twitter recently of there was like you see, I'm not on there that much anymore. I don't know the details, but there was like a Grok like not safe for work feature. It was something like that.
And people were just making.
And you can make like scantily clad.
Oh yeah, and they were just doing it. Yeah,
like slap a bikini on so and so, and they would routinely put it on children.
You have disgusting things like that, and I think a byproduct of that too is that when you make these realistic looking pictures and videos, it also makes you question any other videos you see.
Mm-hmm.
So actual videos taken by you and me, people now have or will begin to have a lack of confidence because, I mean, when I see a video online, sometimes I'm like, is this AI?
Yeah. And that, I mean, not to bring it too off topic, but I am a believer in the dead internet theory. And it's an instance like what you just said that is going to become more and more prevalent as time goes on if this is not regulated.
What's that internet theory?
It's basically okay, AI, all it's doing is just grabbing all the information that exists on the internet, garbling it up, and giving you your answer.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets that information wrong. It's going to get to a point where AI, in the process of grabbing information, it's going to grab information that other AI models have done. So like, when you see like a magazine article that was written by AI, all the Reddit posts that have been written by bots, all that crap, AI is going to be getting that too. And then all it's going to be gargling up is responses that other AI models have made. And it's going to get to a point where it's going to be wrong, like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And videos will be like that. Articles will be like that. Anytime you use an AI model, it will just be nonsense.
And it's kind of funny, right? Because what would solve that is what some companies like to say, oh, like we'll have someone reviewing and checking it. If you're using AI, you are looking for a quick and easy answer, which, forgive me, means you're also not going to do the due diligence and take the time to check it.
And do you know how... think of the manpower that would take to manually check every single AI article on the internet. Impossible.
I think about I've seen instances where people would use AI to help them write sources for papers in college or help them, do a bibliography or
Hmm.
works cited page. And the AI chatbot would make up sources.
Yes.
And what's funny is that you would think when writing something, even if you're copying and pasting, you would think, let me double check. But if you're using AI, I'm sorry, I don't think you're inclined to double check the work is doing.
No, you're not. And to come back to my point about the dead internet theory, when a person uses AI to say like, "Oh, cite some articles for me," that AI model is gonna go into your Google Docs because it does that. You have to go into your settings to turn that off, but it goes into people's Google Docs and grabs information because it's legal to do, and it will take those wrong citations and say, "Here's a citation for you I found." And it's wrong. It doesn't exist.
Yep.
But because you don't double check, it's just out there now. And now there's two wrong citations out there in the world. And then someone else will ask for that same citation, and then there's three, and then there's 10, and then there's a million. I'm just saying.
So, how does this relate to Metal Gear? In my eyes, and in how it's being done nowadays, AI is a method or it's being used to control. In Metal Gear Solid 2, the AI, the Colonel AI and the Rose AI, was always pushing Raiden to complete the mission. Any deviation, any questions he had, even when Raiden was questioning Colonel, it was like, come on, Raiden, get back. Like, get back to it, focus, whatnot. You think about Metal Gear Solid 4, what was the Patriot AI doing? Maintaining the war economy, maintaining this air of just like, you know what I mean, of war and control and what information you're gathering.
Mhm.
AI right now, what you mentioned, T, its whole point is to keep you hooked by any means necessary. You see day in and day out of people who sadly are committing suicide or harming themselves because they sadly fall into what people have coined AI psychosis.
Uh-huh.
Um, I, I think there could be a cool use for AI, but it's only cool by the people running and governing it. And if we're in a system where we're out, capitalism, we're out here to try to make money, it, AI is only going to be used to make money in any way possible.
I mean, they're already I mean, ChatGPT is already losing all AI is losing money. But ChatGPT in particular, like OpenAI, they're already implementing ads into ChatGPT.
Really,
Yes.
I didn't.
Now I don't know the extent it's going to be, but people are thinking it's going to be like, um,
Oh, I'm feeling tired. What should I do?
oh, you should try such and such melatonin. It's on
Amazing.
sale at CVS near you. Would you like a coupon? It will do that.
Um, I think within Metal Gear 2, within the game, AI is used alongside um well, like I think Metal Gear itself. I feel like Metal Gear has all these cool ideas about like not just like artificial intelligence, but even science. Like you would think about like Fox Die and all the stuff Naomi was doing. I feel like Metal Gear takes these ideas that could potentially be cool and says, you know what? Humans always fuck it up. I feel like that's Kojima's thing. Like with like Naomi and Science, like she made a virus that targets certain people. How cool is that? In like it's cool that it's possible, but used for evil.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Rex and Ray. How cool we built this giant mech. Oh no, it's used for evil.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool we use this AI that sounds like the Colonel. Oh no, it's like Les Enfants Terribles. Like all this cool stuff used for fucking evil. And
Because of course.
but like I feel like that's like the whole point too. Like not all the time, but humans we fuck up things. That's just human nature. All this stuff is used for evil, and I feel like AI is just it's another thing that can be corrupted by man, and we're seeing it now. I like what you point out to me about you said something about Big Boss's speech at the end of MGS4.
Yes. Big Boss at the end of 4. It's when he realizes that Snake infected him with fox dye. And he just goes, They did it again.
They did it again. In the end, they're no more than a program. Oh, all they can do is repeat the same pattern over and over again.
And that's exactly what AI does. It's not capable of an original thought. All it's capable of doing is doing what's been done before. That man, he's a terrible guy. But a broken clock is right twice a day, and that was one of them. That was one of the times he was right.
You had this AI program. You have the Patriots AI. All the originators, all the humans were dead and gone. And you had this program just regurgitating the same core values.
Mhm.
And no, it was just a program, but who was it leading? The entire world.
Yep.
The entire world. To kind of go to our conclusion, our thoughts on AI, artificial intelligence in its current state in the world? Hate it.
No, I think it is a blight on humanity. I
Say your piece, T. Say your piece.
I pray every day that a solar flare hits the earth and it hits every data center on the planet, and the dog outside, if you heard the dog, he agrees with me too. If I had the power, I would take a giant electronic magnet and I would destroy every single data center on the
The
planet
dogs are going crazy right now. It's
because
like
they hear my power. I feel that the Bolarian Jihad from Dune, and to those who are uninitiated, the Bolarian Jihad was a revolt against thinking machines.
why?
Because I don't want to get into like the Frank Herbert versus Brian Herbert debacle,
Okay.
but the Frank Herbert, he believed, well, the characters in Dune believed that to give your knowledge over to a machine was a sin. And to do that is like evil. And so what they did was they purposely dumbed down their technology to the point where it had to be analog.
Okay.
And I feel we are at a point that maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe not as extreme as Dune, but I feel like maybe we could do something with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just feel like in its current state and the people who are running it now, they cannot be trusted when it comes to artificial intelligence, large language models, because of capitalism. The whole point is to keep you hooked, to keep you wanting it, and there's too much money involved for them for it to fail. So they're gonna push it by any means necessary. I don't think its forced inclusion in these fields is for our benefit.
Not at all.
I mean, we see how hard it is to get a job, you know what I mean? And I think too, like kind of how Kojima in Metal Gear Solid 2, like the AI didn't help anyone in 2 or in 4. The whole point, what was the end of 4? Sonny got rid of all the AI but made a program to keep every other system in place. AI was gone at the end of 4.
How convenient. That's what I want. How convenient.
The whole point was that the AI had a certain mission and vision for the human race. The Patriots, again, is the AI rooted in humans. The Patriots said, we know what's better for the human race. We want to guide the human race in one way.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, again, AI is not creating new ideas. It's only gonna output what you put into it. It's a mirror almost. It's regurgitation.
Mm-hmm.
What we see now too, and kind of like in Metal Gear Solid 2, if you think about, they were stealing Solid Snake's work. Like right now with AI, it's just theft of work. It's just surveillance.
Yeah, it's mass surveillance and mass theft.
You know, that's a reason why Snake and Otacon were floating in a fucking blimp, like to be outside of the scope of the internet.
Yeah.
AI too now is used to survey us. So you have companies like Peter Thiel's Palantir, which is like so aptly named.
And that that.
Speak on it.
Okay. To call your fucking company Palantir, to people who don't know Lord of the Rings, the Palantir is basically an evil sphere that Sauron uses to spy and control people. And He called his company Palantir. That's like calling your company Evil Corp. It's insane.
You have people like Sam Altman and his company OpenAI, which scrapes artwork and content from the internet in order to quote unquote create new work. But it doesn't ask for consent from any of these artists. It doesn't ask, like, there's a whole big situation with Disney because a lot of, it's scraping other companies' work. Ooh, now it's an issue.
Yeah.
But like, OpenAI, it's only able to work if it's allowed to do that. And there's some companies who are like, that's our work. Why would you scrape? You can't use our product, our ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a whole other conversation about like why art is so devalued and whatnot.
It's always the first thing to go.
This is a whole larger conversation too about like, the harmful effects and just like the current, what they call it, the attention economy and creativity and whatnot. AI is only as good as the people running it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the people running it, kind of like the Colonel and kind of like the Patriots, they have a certain vision of how things should look and be. And we're all at that mercy. There's really cool things that could be done. There's really cool products and technology. I mean, again, to Kojima's point, Metal Gear Ray and Rex and Foxeye, these are all scientific advancements. All of them used for evil.
Yeah. It boggles the mind on how we got here. And then I'm thinking on the CEOs themselves. And I think you brought attention to this for me, where a lot of CEOs for a lot of the biggest tech companies in the world, they limit the screen time for their own children. And take a minute and think of that for a second. And I'm not just talking about like, a tech company of Samsung or whatever. No, I'm talking about Peter Thiel's kid. I'm talking about Mark Zuckerberg's kid. They're not on their phones.
Yeah.
Because take a guess why.
Because they know the product.
It ruins your brain. It ruins your attention span. And they don't want their kids to have a fucked up brain. But they're okay poisoning your brain and your kid's brain. Think about, honestly, think on how fucked up that is. Fuck them.
It fucked up Raiden.
And yeah, did it. He's a fucking head and a spine thanks to that crap. God damn.
If you think about it too, and T, you said this to me earlier today, and I almost felt empathy for Big Boss. But you said Big Boss was the first victim of AI psychosis.
He was though. He heard the boss's voice and went crazy. And it wasn't the boss, but he believed it to be the boss. And he projected what the boss would have done onto a machine.
The robot in Peace Walker walked into the ocean, and that changed his life. Peace Walker is the moment he became Big Boss. And
it was because of a machine. A machine did that to him. AI psychosis is the reason why Big Boss is the way he is. Before that, I mean, Big Boss was kind of on shaky ground in Peace Walker.
You could say that's PTSD. You could say it's trauma.
Yeah, he was a morally gray character. And then as soon as Peace Walker sank itself in that lake, Big Boss was like, fuck everything. I'm going against the world. Fuck it. You can thank AI for that.
Thank AI. Great job, AI. Oh, man. I mean, I think the cool thing about Kojima, and this goes back to people calling him, not what they call him, they say he's
like a prophet.
A prophet.
Yeah.
He can tell the future. It's because I think he's a very smart guy. This is a man who's watched a lot of movies, a lot of media. And again, he changed his mind on AI. He had a positive view. But his games did not have a positive view of artificial intelligence or war or the military or science for some point. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it is just he understood that there's so much that could be done and that so much is out there, but what have humans done time and time again when given power?
They fuck it up. And
I think that's the thing with, sadly, artificial intelligence. There's so much that can be done. Scanning mammograms. You know what I mean? There's technology to help people who maybe I think someone who's deaf or hard of hearing using ASL, being able to have a program to allow them to do Think about AI, artificial intelligence, used as a translation service. Like, there's so many things that can be done.
Yeah.
But what is it used for? It's used for example, Burger King is going to use AI to make sure that their workers say thank you.
Lovely.
AI is going to scrape all your favorite artists' content so that it can make new content and make sure they don't get paid.
And it's all done just to replace workers, to keep workers under like people's thumbs, and to not pay creatives and artists for what they're worth. All this is doing is taking away jobs and opportunities and freedoms that people have.
And also, I feel terrible now because I didn't even include it, but I would implore all of you, and I included. We're gonna have a sources section in the description of this episode, like I did with the last episode. And one of the sources shows that the amount of energy that's used.
Oh, that's a whole other topic. Yeah, we've been just on the ethics of this thing.
Yeah, but there is also a real concern when it comes to how much energy, how much water is used to basically when you do a chat GBT search or a prompt or whatever.
It's unsustainable. It's frankly unsustainable. And you know what? This is going to be a little like on the nose or really timely right now, but with the whole thing in Iran right now, with the Strait of Hormuz, which is like a little canal that goes out. It shares between Saudi Arabia and Iran. A lot of oil leaves through the Strait of Hormuz. That's not being used right now for obvious reasons. What does AI run on besides an ungodly amount of water? Oil from electricity. Do you think that the current model of this AI bubble is going to sustain itself for much longer if oil goes up sky fucking high? It's already barely holding on. Do you like how much time do you think this has got? Yeah. It's unsustainable.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would implore all of you to read what source is going to be. It's going to be source number 3 in our description. It's from MIT. It goes more in depth, but essentially, like they say, I'm paraphrasing it. But if if you ask an AI model 15 questions and then you make 10 attempts, at using an AI imager maker or whatever to make a flyer, and then you make 3 attempts to make a 5-second video for whatever post you're trying to do, that uses enough energy to ride 100 miles on an e-bike or run the microwave for 3.5 hours.
Insane.
That's a whole other effort. But I think people who are using ChatGPT are I'm making a lot of general claims. Please, everyone, we implore you, do your research. It's important to do your own research, to double check things, to support the work of others. And also too, like, it kind of similar to like, I think about your point of like people losing jobs, and we see in the video game industry now how many people are like companies that close. A new game that just came out, High Guard, which is gone now, and then we hear companies like Square Enix talking about we're going to use AI. I mean, who loses when that happens? You know what I mean? Like, it's
not the people who run these companies.
It's very important to just really support each other, take the time to understand what's happening in the fields you like. And I think too, just to question things. I think you have to lead everything with curiosity. Of course, this is Metal Gear University. We love Kojima, but the same way that you and I are like, where the female characters in this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The characters who are not white, how are they treated? Are they in this game? Like, it's okay to question, and it's okay to critique things that you like. That's the whole point. And for AI, there's people who are listening to this that might be like, yo, T and K are ODing right now. Like they're doing too much. Think about why we're saying what we're saying. Just because we say something you don't like doesn't mean that we're bad or you don't have to stop liking us. We can have different opinions, but also be a little curious. Why do they feel this way? Let me look at the sources that Kay put in the description.
We're not just completely talking out of our asses here. There is substance of what we're bringing to the table. I am just concerned. I'm a concerned citizen of the world.
And if you care about Raiden, you'd be concerned too, because look what happened to Raiden. could happen to you.
It
No.
can.
No.
It can.
But I mean, I think again with like Kojima, and I love when people are like, Metal Gear isn't political. His whole fucking series is political. Think about why he wrote what he did, why he was critical, and why he questioned so much of the war and military. I mean, read Kojima's book, see where he came from, and you have a little glimpse as to why he wrote this series the way he did. To end this, I think we should end it here.
Okay.
To end this, I wanted to include the earliest mention of, I guess, what could be, how would I word this? I was looking up the history of AI, and many websites, they use this little prompt as like a positive, like, oh wow, even back then people were thinking of AI. So this I'm mentioning a little section of a book called Gulliver's Travel. And in Gulliver's Travel, it's a 1726 novel by the author Jonathan Swift.
300 years ago.
Yeah. This is the earliest mention of kind of what we now know as artificial intelligence and how we use it. So this book, it's a satire novel. It's a commentary on human nature. You said you saw like a show about it?
I saw like a cartoon of it. There was like a short of a guy who was stuck on an island. There was like a little people like the size of ants. They tried to like pin him down. Actually, come to think of it, there was a Jack Black movie
called Gulliver's Travels?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was that thing. He was like the giant in the village.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of this, but it's a relevant book now. But on many websites, when I looked up the history of AI, they mentioned this prompt. And to me, just follow along and see. Tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think after.
Okay.
So it's a satire novel. It's a commentary on human nature. And there's one section of the book where there's this location or school that has what they call the machine. And in this, the machine is basically this professor had created this 20 by 20 foot of wooden blocks. And each wooden block had words written on each face of it. All the wooden blocks were connected, and there was like a wooden pole in the middle of it. So the whole point was to like spin the pole or the lever and move the blocks in many different configurations. So the professor would have his students spin the wheel and he'd have the students walk up and down to look at the blocks to see if any sentences were formed. The whole point of this is like, any ignorant person, anybody could make up arts and sciences and lectures. Why not do this and have it created for us? The students would spend hours going up and down and be like, oh, there's a sentence there, write it down. And the professor would have these like tomes of books of like all these sentences. And he'd be like, I'm going to connect them one day. Like, just you wait and see. I'm going to find the thread in between. And in this scenario, he's talking about like, I have all these tomes to connect them. If only the public would fund my efforts to connect all of these nonsense words together and create something new from which the human society could benefit from. And instead of us thinking about our own things, we can have this machine think for us, and then we can spread this information to the world. And I will end with that.
And this machine is called OpenAI.
That's all for Metal Gear University today. T, thank you for your unbiased approach to AI today.
Yeah, very unbiased. Yes. Calling Kojima a senile old man.
In the opening few minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get a lot of heat for that one. I know it.
I mean, again, Metal Gear University, we're not too much of simps. It's always funny because we have this podcast, and I'm like, I remember I asked you one day, I was like, do you think people think I'm a simp? No fucking kidding, Crystal. Like, you have a Kojima-centric podcast.
Yeah.
But with anything, and like I said earlier, you should be able to critique what you love and delve deep and analyze. It's so fun.
Yes, it is. And not in the actually in like the dumbass centrist way. Like, have an opinion and stand on your own fucking feet.
And your opinion can change. What a novel idea.
I know, right? What
you could be
what
wrong
a world.
And be okay.
What a world we live in.
If you agree, send us an email at itstkandm@gmail.com. That is itstkandm@gmail.com. If you are for AI, ChatGPT, otherwise, also send us an email. The whole point of the podcast, T, was for what?
Discussion.
Yes. To meet new people, to discuss the series, And for the love of it, if we can't talk about it and learn from each other and discuss, what is the point?
I don't know.
What is the point?
Yeah, and if you're pro AI and you send us an email, I'm not going to read it because I assume AI wrote it anyway. So I'm right.
Wow.
I'm right.
Mass unfollowing to comments.
They're all bots.
Anyway, if you listened this far, love you all. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time in 2 weeks' time. Take care. Take it easy. Do your research.
Please do.
Your own research. I promise you, it's hard, but you feel so much better after doing it.
And it works your brain. It makes your brain work. It actually makes you smarter when you do that. It's not just like it's not just like, no, because like the process of learning is what makes you smart. It's not just the end result. It's the process of getting there.
Oh, speak on it. Speak on it.
Just typing in a prompt and getting an answer, you are not any smarter because you don't know how to get from point A to point B. When you discover for yourself how to actually get from A to B, that's what makes you smart. Not just A and B. It's A, all the steps, then B. And people don't do that nowadays.
That's like when they say to become a better writer, you have to read. Like you have to actually do the act and see like the act of it being done.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Let us know what you think, T.
Yeah, I'm just an unbiased guy. I'm very unbiased.
No, this is what I want. I want to hear it. But I'm grateful that thank you all for listening. Let us know what you think. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. I wonder what next week's I wonder what our next episode's gonna be. It's gonna be like 201. Fuck you. Like that's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be we're just getting more and more fucking propaganda. No, love you all. We're gonna end there. See you next time. Let us know what you think. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
Bye.